Hey girls, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to the True Feminine YouTube channel. If you don't know, I have a really big podcast called The True Feminine, but I'm here on YouTube now. Today we're going to be talking about situationships. Oh my gosh, it's come up on my Instagram in my Q&As. Situationships. And it's funny because the only thing that was said was situationships in my Q&A box. So I want to address situationships, but the big thing I want to talk to you about today is how you have the power and the ability to completely end a situationship and to not just allow that to just carry on. You get to have what you desire. You get to have the thing that you hope for, which is a relationship with this person or a relationship with someone who is available. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel. I am a dating and relationship coach. I've been doing this for years now, and I help successful, ambitious women really soften into their feminine side so that they can become extremely magnetic to high quality men. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and we are going to dive right in. Okay, situationships, let's get to it. What is a situationship? First of all, obviously a situationship is when you find yourself in a little situation. So a situation is, I've been hanging out with this guy a lot. He's been hanging out with me. It feels like he likes me. I feel like I like him. I know we like each other, but I just can't, we've just always been friends. Or maybe you're friends with benefits. And you're realizing as a woman that you would like something more. All of a sudden, you've grown feelings, you've got the feels for this person, and now you just don't know what to do. So here's the deal. This can drive a woman insane. It can drive her crazy. It can make her feel like super anxious, very chaotic inside. And that is the last place I want any of my girls to be or to feel. I don't want my girls to feel chaotic inside. I want my girls to feel free, to feel liberated, to feel like they can trust themselves deeply, and to feel like they can trust men deeply. And if we remain in situationships, we will always feel chaotic. And here's the kicker. You are the one allowing a situationship to happen. Yes, it's you. It's you. You're allowing it because you actually have the power to allow the situationship to take place or to fully end the situationship. So, or to be brave enough to have a clarifying conversation to either move this situationship to another level that meets your aligned desire of a committed relationship, or to get the truth of what's really happening so that you can move on. So I always tell girls, I'm like, if there is a situationship happening, it's because you are allowing it to happen. And every time that we allow a situationship to happen, what we are doing and what we're saying and what we are signaling to ourselves is that I am fully okay abandoning my deep desire for real commitment. It is a form of self-abandonment. It is actually, I would say, fully abandoning yourself and more than that, your deeper desires to be in a loving, committed relationship where you feel cherished and adored and seen and heard and felt and pursued. Okay, that's fully possible for you to be in a relationship with a man who makes you feel fully seen and cherished and loved and adored. That is 100% available for you. My question for you is, do you believe that it is available for you? Do you actually believe that? Or are you feeling like, I don't think there's enough to go around, and I don't know if I'll find somebody else, or I don't know if I'll find somebody good enough, so I'm going to try to cling to this and try to work it and make it happen and stick a circle into a square peg. You know, those little things that like don't fit. Um, every time you do that, every time you tolerate situationships, you are self-abandoning. You're abandoning your deeper desire. A woman who honors her desires and a woman who truly actually gets what she wants is someone who checks in with herself and says, I know what I desire. I desire to be in a committed relationship that feels safe and warm inside my body. And if I'm not feeling safe and warm inside my body right now, is this the type of relationship I want to be in? Is it bringing me life? Is it bringing me joy? Is it bringing me peace? If it is not, it's because there's a lack of clarity. And if there is a lack of clarity, this says to me that I need to honor myself and have a conversation. And this conversation might possibly end your friendship or situationship or whatever it is that you have, okay? But I want you to be willing to end these situationships, be willing to end these friendships that feel like a relationship. Because until you are willing to end that, you will never find your man will not show up in your life. Your dream man is not going to be able to show up in your life because you have not created margin for your dream relationship. Because you're just kind of pedaling around entertaining a relationship that is not very good for you, one that is not bringing you peace in life. And so here's the thing, when there is a situationship at hand, you must actually say something and be willing to end the dynamics. And I have been there, ladies. I've been there. I know it's hard when you have a lot of feelings for somebody and you guys have so much chemistry and all the things, but there's a lot of reasons why you guys are not in a committed relationship. And a lot of those reasons happen to be because a man is not ready for a commitment. He's not ready for the responsibility that a real relationship requires. We need to recognize that and say, that's okay. That's okay. You do not have to be ready for me right now. But I'm not going to abandon my desires of myself by kind of toying with this idea that one day in some dreamland you're going to be ready. So you can say something to a guy who you're in a situationship with, and you can say, hey, I noticed that you text me a lot, and I love when you text me. And I noticed that we always have a good time when we're together. But I'm just curious to know, what are your intentions with me? Like, what do you want between us? Do you just want what we have right now, or were you looking for something more? And you can say, the reason I'm asking is because I'm checking in with my own desires, and I'm recognizing the more I hang out with you, the more I feel feelings for you. And like that go beyond friendship. And I really do want to be in a committed relationship with somebody, but that's why I'm asking you, what do you desire? What do you want to get out of what we do when we hang out? Pause. Let him answer that. By the way, notice what this requires. It requires vulnerability, which is really, really hard. Massive vulnerability, which requires major courage. But until you're willing to have the conversation, you will always be going in circles and chaos inside of you with this person. When we honor ourselves, we value ourselves. We signal to ourselves that we value ourselves. And when we do that, others begin to value you, including the man you're in a situationship with. The man you're in a situationship with is kind of having his cake and eating it too, right? Because he gets your feminine, beautiful presence, but he doesn't have to show up with all the heavy responsibility that a relationship requires. So it's up to you to just say, hey, if the guy says, you know what, I just see you as a friend, or I just want to see where this is going, or he gives you some sort of a maybe, you need to walk and say, thank you for your answer. Thank you for sharing. I'm not sure that you and I are fully aligned, so I'm going to have to create better boundaries around how much we hang out. And those boundaries might be a full cutoff. If he's taking up a lot of space energetically, spiritually, emotionally inside of you, might be time to cut him off entirely, meaning block him, do things where you're not seeing his presence so that you can move on, so that you can become emotionally and energetically available for a man who is wanting what you desire. I promise you, I had to do the same thing, and I was literally shaking in my boots. I describe it, I was literally shaking in my boots, freaking out, okay? To have this vulnerable conversation, to confront this guy that I was always hanging out with. Shaking when I asked him what he was intending and what was going on. And by the way, he tried dodging it. A lot of men will try to dodge the clarifying conversation. So if and when they are trying to dodge it, it's important for you to not let them circle back. I had to circle back with this guy. And it was very surprising what I found out. And I found out he was actually kind of talking to somebody else when the whole time I thought we had some sort of thing going on. So it's important to have clarifying conversations, because you can have a guy that you feel strong chemistry with. He feels strong chemistry with you. and yet you guys are not on the same page on your idea of relationship. So he might just see you as a friend for real, and you're like, well, it feels like there's something more. So you have to have this conversation. You have to do it for yourself. This is called loving yourself. This is called caring for yourself. This is called honoring yourself and your desires. It is so crucial to your journey of finding love and becoming more and more magnetic. The more you do that, the more you build self trust, the more you build actual magnetism grows and is stirred up inside of you. So, next time you find yourself in a situationship, be brave and ask the man for clarity. And if it ends whatever you guys have, then so be it. Because what you're doing is you're choosing yourself, you're honoring yourself, you're being kind to yourself, and you're creating space for a good-hearted man to come through. You'll be amazed how many girls, when they finally clear those guys who are taking up emotional real estate inside of them, how quickly they find, how quickly an amazing dream man does show up. But it's up to you. You take responsibility for yourself. You take responsibility for the relationship that and situationships you're in. And honor yourself. Please, ladies, honor yourself first. You do this by honoring your desires to be a wife, by honoring your desires to be in a serious relationship, and by actually being willing to sever and break something that is kind of like a halfway relationship so that you can have the full thing. Okay, I believe in you. You can do it. You can end the situationship today. And some of you need to go and make a phone call, send a text, meet up with the guy and have the conversation. If and when you do, send me a message, send me a DM on Instagram, write in the comments below. Let me know if you were brave enough to do it. And I am always here for you. I run a really big dating program that is very transformative called the True Feminine Academy. If you're interested in that, the waitlist is down below. Check it out. And if there's other topics you want me to touch on or talk about, leave them in the comments below and I will make more videos for that. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.